Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm installing the JBA upper control arms for the 2016 Ram 1500. I've already done the driver side, and as you can see, we've got the stock control arms, nothing crazy. And I have this lightly tightened down until I get the other side done, and then I can tighten these upper bolts up here to 100 foot-pounds. The JBA instructions call for 97 foot-pounds. I also have done a 2.5 inch level kit on the struts, so there isn't too much alignment issues, but I will have to get an alignment afterwards anyways. You can kind of see a slight difference, but anyways, we go to the passenger side. Still got the stock upper control arms on and the stock struts. I've actually already untorqued these, so I'm just gonna slide these off. I'm gonna say leave the top nut on, so you can take off the tire once it's level, lift it up a little bit. Alright, you can kind of see what's going on in here. We're going to have to take off this bolt, and then I'm also going to be taking off and loosening up the tie rod and sway bar link bolt, along with the calipers, because I also am doing the struts with the 2.5 inch level. So this video is basically going to be about the upper control arms. So once I get this part done, we'll come back to whenever we're going to start loosening up and replacing the upper control arms with the JBAs. Alright, so you're going to need a 21mm socket. I'm also have a breaker bar as well for this upper control arm spindle bolt. So here we go. And another thing, you want to actually remove the brake line clip that's here. If you follow it behind the spindle, there's one. I can't see it there. If I turn it, right here, right here. So we're gonna do this with one hand. I have a panel popper that should just come out like that. And there you go. Okay, so I've removed my sway bar, tie rod, and brake caliper, but that's not necessary for the removal of the upper control arms. This is just because I'm doing a level kit. So now that we're back, now we're going to hit the spindle and loosen up this. We might have to use WD-40 underneath here, but we'll see. After about probably another 20 minutes of elbow grease, I was able to break the spindle loose. So just make sure if you're if you are gonna take this off, at least have some type of support, a jack or a jack stand or something underneath the lower control arm. So let's take this guy off. Alright, I'll come back once I get all this stuff put back together. Alright, now that I'm back in the process, we're going to take off this bolt right here and this bolt right here with a 18mm socket. Don't forget about this. Out. There you go. Time to grab the new upper control arm. Oh, that looks so good. If y'all gonna do a level, check the JBA Offroad out. It's pretty much the same process to put everything back on. Bushings are a little wide. I did have to bend this a little bit. Looks like we may need a rubber mallet. There we go. Put that shim back on at the end. Alright, now it's time for the spindle bolt. Alright, it's about there, and I should be able to use a socket now. I'm actually using a 7/8 socket, deep socket. Now we're going to take a torque wrench and set it for 45 foot-pounds. Alright, and once we get the tires back on, we'll put the brake lines into the hole that's actually right here, as you can see, and then we'll put this guy back into the spindle hole that's right here, and then we can torque this down. Okay, I've got the tire back on, torqued everything, spindle, the spindle bolt, the tie rod, bolts, and then the sway bar and the calipers. I torqued all that stuff, and now I'm about to torque the upper control arm bolts to 97 foot-pounds. There we go. Let's get this guy. There we go. And you do that for the other side, and you're done. And you'll do that to the other side, and you're finished. And I would recommend checking your torque again about 500 to 1,000 miles, what it looks like. I also have a 2.5 inch lift now. Definitely have more ground clearance. Man, those upper control arms look good. Alright guys, appreciate y'all watching.